Hey guys, it's Marla. Welcome back to Twinstrology. I wanted to talk to you today about the winter solstice, which is happening on 12/21. And what the winter solstice is the sun moving into the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn's a cardinal sign, the others being Aries, Cancer, and Libra. And when the sun moves into those signs, it's important because it starts a new season and it's bringing in new energies. So the winter solstice is marking the beginning of winter, and it's the shortest day of the year. And there's a big influx of energy. The solstices, the equinox, always important, okay? And then numerologically, we have 12/21. Now, the energy this month is intense the whole month. It's not like there's one day where the portal is open. It's a continuation, but the energy is going to be very strong on this day, and also the 19th, which is the day that Mercury goes retrograde. I don't know when I'm going to release this. I'm recording this on the 17th, so I may release it before Mercury's retrograde, or I may release it on the day. So Mercury goes retrograde on the 19th. That's going to be another big day. And I wrote about the 14th, which was another powerful day energetically. So if you don't follow me on Facebook, you may want to, because I do post little updates about the energy as I feel it. So that would keep you up to date. All right, so I think I'll talk a little bit about what's going on energetically, and then I'm going to pull some cards for you. All right, so this month, there's a lot of changes in our physical bodies, in our DNA. Actually, at the beginning of the month, the 12/12, we were doing a lot of releasing of the old energies from our physical bodies. Actually, it started before 12/12. It actually started last month. And it's helping us to make way for more light by letting go of this, let's just say, heavier energy. So on 12/21, we're going to be activating our 5D consciousness to a stronger level than it's been activated before. What I'm getting is that it's like activating it's like activating your angel body almost. If you think about an angel, and they love unconditionally. Okay, and you guys are here as earth angels to love unconditionally. And this portal is bringing in a powerful influx of this unconditional love energy. Like, it's time to start living this, in your everyday life. More physical changes or physical activations are going to be happening. Okay, take it easy, rest, drink lots of water. I always say that baths help a lot. Sleeping might be a big one as well. Just really take care of yourself physically. Okay, so going back to angels. Another way I want you to look at it. We have this hand of God forming. We have a couple, actually. We have the asteroid Valentine, which represents unconditional love, sextile the South Node, and both of them pointing to Vesta. And then we also have Vesta who's going to be sextiling the moon as the moon travels through Libra, and they're going to be pointing to the South Node. Both of them involve Vesta and the South Node. I did a video on the importance of Vesta and how this is helping us with the ascension. So we're bringing in this unconditional love energy. It's actually something you already know. Okay, it's just coming up from inside and it's making its way out. The South Node is your past life skills and abilities. It's, your prior incarnations. You worked for the knowledge that you needed for this moment right now. And this stuff is coming back. I'm getting a little off track though, because I want to go back to Vesta a minute. Because this is also helping you balance the masculine and feminine energies. And, to me, angels are androgynous. They're half male and half female. And that's where you're going. You're becoming androgynous. You're balancing the masculine and feminine energy. It's also about understanding sacredness. Probably going to be heart expansions happening as well. A lot of this stuff, it's like not even, these aren't earthbound concepts really. I wanted to show you guys a card to kind of represent this, and I forgot to get the card out. Maybe I can find it real quick. Thank you, Spirit. Temperance. Okay, this is what we're going through on the ascension, or at the winter solstice as part of the ascension. See the angel here. Not a male, not a female, but a combination. And he's got, they have 2 cups. The representing the masculine and feminine, which is represented in the 2 of Cups card. I also believe it's in the Lovers card as well, the chalices. So the angel has the 2 cups, the masculine and feminine, and they're being mixed together. Okay, the water. What happens when you mix 2 liquids together? They become one. There's no separation. You can no longer say, well, this is the masculine and this is the feminine. No, now you're one. Twin flames, you are headed for union. This is union. There's no separation. Of course, there's never been any separation, but the concepts are becoming clearer. The energies becoming clearer. Before, you were out of balance, you could have been too feminine or too masculine, but we're getting to where there's total balance and there's no separation. Can't tell one from the other. So I hope that makes sense. So the South Node is playing such an important role in the last few weeks and will continue to. South Node is in Pisces. This is the collective consciousness, source energy. It's oneness. And the South Node here in Pisces is reminding you what that oneness means and activating unconditional love within you. what the South Node and Vesta are doing is taking you deeper into yourself. And some stuff is being released from the South Node. That's the old karma, the old beliefs. But that release of stuff is making way for new stuff coming in, which is remembering those skills and abilities that you worked so hard for. This is where Mercury retrograde comes in, because Mercury retrograde is going to be assisting you in remembering those skills. And Mercury will form a yod with the South Node and Vesta, helping us get those old skills. And we're going back a long time, back to the time of Atlantis, when we lived in the fifth dimension and we lived in a state of unconditional love. And those memories are still within you, and they're still within your body, and they're getting activated. This whole month, we have DNA activations. And they're going to be strong on the day of the solstice and strong the day Mercury goes retrograde. They may be strong some other days, but I'm just not prepared to talk about them right now. So again, watch my Facebook and I'll update you guys when I feel the energies coming in. So lots of changes going on in your body and in your mind. Let's talk a little bit more about Mercury retrograde. So retrograde from December 19th to January 8th, and he's going from 15 Capricorn to 28 Sagittarius and back again. He's going to be going over the 0 point of Capricorn 3 times. And he's going to be starting with a conjunction to Pluto and ending with a conjunction to Pluto. And if you remember back to the beginning of the year, the first Mercury retrograde that we had was also conjunct Pluto. He started at, I think, 2 Aquarius and traveled backwards to conjunct Pluto and then went forward again. So in that Mercury retrograde, he went back to Pluto. He didn't cross it 3 times. Actually, maybe he did. I can't remember if he went all the way over Pluto or not. But now this one, Pluto's involved again. And this is bringing up things from your mind that are buried. Pluto's the underworld. Things that are hidden. Okay, and Mercury retrograde is bringing them up. Mercury can go into the underworld and back out again. So don't be afraid of Mercury retrograde, I want to say either, because the planets, they're never not trying to help you. It may feel like they're against you, but they're always trying to help you. So you get to go back and make adjustments now with Mercury retrograde. There's a rebalancing that occurs with Mercury retrograde. And clearing karma. Think about cycles. You know, Mercury retrograde is just another cycle. If you're feeling stuck, Mercury retrograde is going to help you re-examine your thinking and get you unstuck. And when he's working there with Pluto, it's like Mercury is, you have to acknowledge what you have been trying to avoid. Okay, what you've been trying to hide from yourself, now you have to see it. You have to acknowledge it, and you've got to take care of it. You no longer can turn a blind eye to it. And then you're going to go back to Sagittarius and make the adjustments that you need in how you think about yourself. And it's going to help you come up with new ways of thinking in order for you to move forward and make plans in how you're going to change your situation. And when Mercury goes direct, it'll be time to take action. And Uranus is going direct on the 29th. So when Mercury goes direct on January 8th, all the major planets are going to be in direct motion. And that's going to be for about 4 weeks. So that's going to be a time to take action. Everybody will be going forward until Jupiter goes retrograde, I believe on February 2nd or somewhere around there. And of course, when Mercury's retrograde, people from the past like to come back as well. And then want to talk a minute about Chiron and Saturn. Well, you know what? I'm going to bring in a lot of the other planets. We have a great number of planets around 20 degrees. Jupiter is at 20 degrees Libra. Saturn's at 20 degrees Sagittarius. Chiron, 20 degrees Pisces. Uranus, 20 degrees Aries. Pluto's kind of involved here because he's at 16, but he's triggering the Jupiter-Uranus square. But the one that I feel is most important here is Chiron. We do not give Chiron enough credit. Chiron and all these planets, I think of these planets as like talking together, working together. And what it's doing is allowing you to see a multidimensional view of reality. And, you'll be asking yourself, with all these planets kind of converging right now, what is truth? What is hidden? What are your beliefs? What are the universe? You're going to be looking at traditions versus changes, because we have Saturn trining Uranus. That's the old and the new coming together. And Chiron is assisting here by integrating all these different perceptions from all these different planets. Chiron square Saturn is grounding the multidimensional realities on Earth right now. So again, helping you see, it's like helping you see all the choices that you have before you, if that makes sense. I am getting that there's a little caveat there in that Chiron squaring Saturn can also have people thinking, they can become very arrogant and think that they know it all and think that they're the next guru, the next, savior. So just watch out for that kind of energy as well. That would be like a negative way that Saturn Chiron comes out. Because Saturn's like the authority and everything, and Chiron is the mystic. So you can have people maybe getting a bit, letting that Saturn turn into too much ego. And Chiron's also in conjunct to Jupiter, which is calling you to expand your multidimensionality. Go beyond that which you've known in the past to new places that we've never been before. And all these planets working together, it's like everything is open to you right now. And basically, what do you want? Or what do you want your reality to be? What do you want to create? And, I'm getting images of like different things like coming to you, it actually looks like lines, but these are like representing different timelines or different choices. And it's up to you to choose. And then you choose something and it takes you, over this way. But then there's more choices and you're choosing your reality nowadays. I hope that makes sense. You are the creator here, and these energies are trying to show you that. That's why it's so important right now for you to really do your best to stay emotionally, mentally balanced, because that can be a choice. If you get angry, okay, that's a choice that sends you this way. And then maybe, it's not like you can't get back to where you were, but maybe now you have to take some extra steps to get back to where you were. Also with the unconditional love, okay, then we have another group of planets aspecting each other. I talked about Mercury conjunct Pluto, but then they're at 14 and 16. Then we have Venus conjunct the asteroid Destin at 15. We have Karma at 15, Virgo. Venus and Destin are in Aquarius. And then we have the asteroid Antares, which represents requited love, at 16 degrees Aries. So these guys are all working together too. And Venus and Destin, Antares and Karma are making a yod. And this is good karma coming in. And Antares, like I mentioned, is the god of requited love. So as opposed to unrequited love, Antares rules over love that is returned to you. And his mother is Venus, actually. And Destin is in there as well. Karma here, again, is good karma. It's letting you know that the love that you put out there is being returned to you. And if you're a twin flame, your love is being returned from your twin flame. I forgot Juno. Juno's in there as well, which represents partnerships. So going to be some big energy. And like I said, just take care of yourself physically, and that will help you stay balanced mentally and emotionally. So let's look at some cards. Okay, so for the feminine energy, first card is transformation. So, I mean, you know that you've been going through this transformation, but it's getting much more intense. Really what I talked about as far as the South Node and what to let go of and what you need to keep. This is what this transformation is about for you. And your physical transformation. The feminine energy here is really anchoring a lot of this unconditional love and pulling the masculine up with them. But it's like you're going first. The Nine of Wands. Okay, so there's a couple things here You need your strength right now. And like I was saying to rest, this card is saying to conserve your energy right now. Don't try and fight every battle. You're going to have to pick and choose what is worth fighting for. But you're ready. And Mars on the South Node is bringing in a lot of strength and perseverance right now to go through this transformation. Also with this card, the one thing that I would tell you to watch with this is that you're not being overly defensive, especially when it comes to your twin. Remember, this is a time where you want to have your heart open. We're stepping into unconditional love. But there still could be those old wounds that are still triggering you that this old karma, it's going to take a while to get rid of. It's not all going to be gone this month. And it's a process that's going to continue into next year as well. Still bringing up a lot of things for you. And one of them might be that you're still in a defensive posture. You still, sometimes your heart's open, sometimes it's not open. Sometimes you're protecting yourself. But where you're moving to now is being heart-centered all the time. If you want to make the most of this energy and move up into the fifth dimension, it's all about staying in your heart energy. I always see the roots here. That's what keeps drawing my attention. It's like pulling you back towards the past. Still more things from the past, I think, that are going to need your strength to overcome them. Cutting those roots. All right, and that brings up another thing for me, is actually cutting those roots. And that is representing, what's holding you back. It's time to let go. As this energy shift is happening. Another thing that I want to mention here is, I was talking about defensiveness with your twin. I'm getting that you should pay attention to what is coming up for you. So if you're going around and you're feeling happy and you're in your heart and everything's grand, and then suddenly you feel like angry, start thinking about your twin, getting angry about it. Why didn't they text me back? Why am I putting up with this? Why do I let them treat me so bad? You start going into this kind of energy. I want you to stop and think about whether that is you or not, or is that your twin, or is that people around you? are you taking on their negative energy? I want you to be able to catch yourself at this early. Okay, don't let it go on. Don't let it escalate. As soon as you start hearing yourself go down that road, stop and ask yourself where it's coming from. If you need to, ask your guides or angels, is it your energy or not? It really doesn't matter whose it is, because what matters is that you stop it. And it's a matter of getting back to your heart. So if it is you, you got to have a talk with yourself and not let yourself go down that road. If it's your twin, what you want to do is, instead of, feeling that anger, you want to send them love back. So in that way, you can help them elevate themselves. Where if you start going down there, because chances are you're feeling them being afraid of something possibly directed at you. And then if you just go in blindly, you start feeding that and you start getting negative and you're feeding them. And then they get even more upset about something. You can see how the energy will escalate. So you don't want to do that. You want to catch yourself and just send them love. And just say, hey, and not literally, but in your head. Just say, hey, I know things are hard right now, but I'm there. I'm here for you. I support you. And send them love energy. All right. Sorry if I went off course a little bit with that. The next card for the feminine is the Ace of Arrows. All right, this is telling you to stay focused. How I was just mentioning before about all the choices. How you're choosing your reality and you have all these choices and you're creating what's happening. This is telling you to stay focused. Again, what I was talking about a minute ago. Not getting sidetracked. Not letting other people pull you off balance. Not letting yourself pull you off balance. Staying very focused. You know where you're going. Clarity. Clarity could be coming. This is also new energy. New ways of thinking coming in with the Mercury retrograde. So much of what's happening is going on with your mind right now. Because your mind still has a lot of control about your choices. Communications as well with the Ace of Swords. And when you're communicating, you want your communications to be very clear. Which brings me to the Romance Angel card. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Well, I'm going to leave each one of you to decide how to interpret this card. It could very well mean that you literally express your love to someone. It could be that you express your love in 5D. It could be that you express your love to everyone around you and not just one person. And now that I say that, I feel that strongly. You know that saying, be love? Well, just be love. Express love. Share love everywhere you go. But for some of you, with the Ace of Swords, it might be to reach out to your twin. Or, your twin could reach out to you too, and that might give you an opportunity to say something to them that you've been wanting to say. Just know that the energies that are active right now are about truth. And so you want your communication to be truthful and authentic, or you can get yourself in trouble. And you want it to come from love. You want everything you do this week to come from love. All right, the masculine energies. Their first card is desire. Okay, feminine. Your energy is pulling them like magnets. In my last reading, I got the chemistry card, and I talked about how your chemistry literally is pulling them. Your cells are connected. Quantum physics. You are connected. And right now, the energy is really pulling you together. Again, I want to show you this card. You're coming together. Union. No separation. Now, that can take all kinds of different ways to manifest. So let go of expectations around how that's going to come together. But I will say that I feel very strongly the masculine energies are feeling a lot of pull towards you, a lot of love for you. But they're also fighting it. And this card, the desire card, is about them having to be balanced and not letting themselves get too pulled in one direction or the other. They can't just be pulled off course and run to you, because they're actually not quite done. Most of them. I mean, there's some of them that are ready, but a lot of them still have some work to do and some situations to wrap up. They also don't want to do the opposite, which is run away from you in fear either. So they have to stay balanced. And I'm feeling for a lot of the masculine, you guys are, this is like a tug of war, I feel, within you. You want it, but you don't feel like you deserve it. Which makes me think about the cards I pulled last time, which was you deserve love and love yourself first. But it seems to me, what I feel is that their feelings are increasing. They're feeling more of a draw to the feminine. Then we have creativity, or the Empress card for the masculine energies. So they are, this is new energy coming in. Things are being born. And again, what I feel like with this card is they're coming into balance in their masculine and feminine energies. That is what creative energy is. So the more balanced they are, the more creative they are, and the more manifestation they're doing. So bringing new things in, new energy. And that balance is making them feel stronger, and it's helping them expand. This card is about unconditional love too. The Empress card. The Empress is the active feminine energy. So again, balancing the masculine and feminine. Yeah, and she's about unconditional love, nurturing. Make sure you nurture yourselves, masculine energy. Two of Swords. All right, so the feminine got the Ace of Swords and the masculine gets Two of Swords. Twos are about balance. So again, we have something being referred to that's being balanced. But actually the Two of Swords is about being stuck or being ready to change or trying to make a decision. And I feel like that is probably coming through very strongly for them. It's time for you to make decisions. What are you going to do? Are you going to move forward or are you going to move backwards? And I feel this has to do with Mercury retrograde, which will help them make that decision and get them ready to take action. And the pull is so strong. I don't see how the masculine could like the decision should be easy because the pull is there. And also masculines, you know, you've got this card of creativity. So you're creating your reality. Your manifestation powers are very strong. So, you know, you're trying to make a decision. Maybe one way feels like impossible, but nothing's impossible right now. Nothing is impossible. And so if you want to do something, you will be able to find a way to do it. The universe is assisting you. And their romance angel card is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. All right, and this goes back to your inner child and feelings of abandonment and not being nurtured by your parents or some other person in your life and needing to heal those issues. Those will block you from unconditional love because those things keep you here in that defensiveness. This really isn't the best representation of the Nine of Wands, unfortunately. And you can see that Mercury, even though not quite retrograde yet, I'm still having problems. So he's still powerful right now. And not just forgive your parents, but forgive the people that have hurt you in the past. You can't take that with you. Okay. The combined energies of the masculine and feminine. The first one is strength. Mars on the South Node giving you a lot of strength, and you're both working together. You're empowering each other. Realize that. Work towards empowering each other. Remember what I talked about as far as not letting yourself get spun out of control. And both of you guys are releasing a lot of things. So this negativity is bound to come up at certain points, and you have to remember always how much you're affecting each other. The Strength card is also showing that you're moving up to another dimension. You're overcoming the three-dimensional, the mundane, your animal nature. You're overcoming that, and you're overcoming that with love. Again, there's good and bad things about every set of cards. Think about the regular tarot. The Strength card is an angel opening the mouth of a lion. And she's doing that with love. She's not doing that with force. And don't try to force each other into anything right now either. Second card. Combined masculine and feminine energies. Judgment. Both twins are going to a higher level of consciousness. This is, like I think I mentioned, you're shifting gears. You're going higher. Awakening more. Even the feminine or the so-called awakened twin, you still have more. Still higher that you can go. More advancing. You're not all the way there yet. We're going to go a lot further. Hearing the call of your higher self. Letting go of the third dimensional realities in favor of the fifth dimensional realities, or letting go of the mundane for the spiritual. And I've talked about Tannhauser and Elizabeth that are on this card. I'm sure I've talked about them many times, so I'm not going to go into all that, but this is literally your twin coming home. They're beginning to recognize that the material world is not truth, that we live in a multidimensional reality, and that love is the real truth. The third card for combined masculine and feminine energies, Two of Cups. I don't know how much better this reading could get. But again, this is balancing the masculine and feminine within. You have to do it within to do it without. I've said it 100 times. Your energies are blending. That is union. And what is blended within will become blended without. This is unconditional love, a true partnership of equals. The last card is from the Romance Angels, combined energies, masculine and feminine. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. It is so worth the effort. don't give up now. I think for a lot of you, you are really feeling that balance inside. And when that happens, it does give you more strength because you feel supported by, I want to say the masculine, but I don't want to give the impression of any kind of codependency. But when, like, say you're primarily feminine and then you bring that masculine energy into balance, that's like feeling supported so that you can go forward and take action. And I think probably for the masculine, when they get that feminine balance, they're more connected to their intuition and they're more able to pick up on things that maybe were under the radar before. And of course, you masculines are waking up, so you're seeing more and more. All right, great reading. So much positive energy is coming your way, and you know, it's still in process. It's still gonna take time, but things are getting so much closer. This is a very powerful reading for the joint energies, and things are becoming activated and getting stepped up a notch here. And the ascension is definitely getting stepped up a notch. So thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate all your comments and messages that you send to me. Even if I don't get to respond to everyone, I do try to read everyone and I do appreciate it. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can visit my website, which is twinstrology.com. Follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology. I love you so much, and I will be back very soon with information on the Capricorn new moon.